Welcome to the Heavy Drinking Podcast with your hosts, 3 poster boys for staying healthy, and Dave. He's not running a marathon anytime soon either. Someone said I have a queer voice. Really? Well then call me Siegfried. 'Cause I'm about to tame me some...
Dave, can I have a beer?
Hello, everybody. It's the Heavy Drinking Podcast. This is one of your hosts, Jay, along with my trusty sidekicks, Jeff.
It's Lemmy.
Jeff, Lemmy, and Paulo.
Hola con días con máscaros.
Is that Spanish?
Nope.
Sí.
Portuguese.
No.
And our producer, Dave.
Yeah, I'm here.
Here you are. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Slight hiatus, as we're getting used to.
Yeah, we've been trying to work out dates that we're all together, and we're actually doing this on a Wednesday now, so which is weird for us.
Oh, yeah. Wednesday.
Because we all have to work tomorrow.
Hump day.
Well, those of us that do work have to work tomorrow. Don't worry, guys. We'll do this one.
Well, someone waited till we started to get a fucking beer.
Purposely.
I think that was intentional, yeah.
It was.
Yeah, so here we are. Episode 9er coming in, I believe.
Number 9.
Stillwater. It's purple.
This is quite the
Why don't you walk over here and get it?
quite the event here, getting Paulo a beer. It's more black than it's purple.
It's a lot of black.
It's purple.
That's like a Charlotte Hornets beer can.
Like a 1990s Charlotte.
It does. This is really good beer.
It's like the
shout out-
starter jacket of beers.
It's like call that Anthony.
Shout out to Stillwater. I didn't know they were in Stratford.
Are they?
Yeah.
What?
That's what the label says.
Oh, it's brewed in Stratford. It's brewed at Two Roads. I bet you that one.
I guess.
That makes sense.
It's fucking good.
So me and Jay went to
We did.
New York City
New York City.
on Saturday to see Hello from the Magic Tavern live, part of Comic-Con in New York. That was really fun. We stopped at a whole bunch of bars,
Blast.
put up a bunch of stickers all over the city. So if you see a Heavy Drinking Podcast sticker in New York, that was one of the bars we went to.
We got drunk at a lot of bars.
Yeah, we sure did. I like to go into the city at least 5 or 6 hours before whatever I'm going for, and then just drink my way around.
My first time at McSorley's, which we posted a little video of me drinking out of waterfalling of beer mugs or
waterfall.
something. I don't know what you call that, but
Yeah, well, at McSorley's, if you order beer, you get 2 beers.
yeah. And so my first time there, and yeah, so you have 2 options of beer, light or dark. That's it. You walk in, what do you want, light or dark?
And they're both delicious.
So I didn't even try the light, but we got the dark. The stout was really good. It was just a solid, like kind of dry Irish stout.
Is it their own beer?
Yeah.
So it's mixed swirlies, dark or light?
Yep.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
then-
you used to be able to buy it in stores. I haven't really seen it, but I haven't been looking for it, but I haven't seen it in a while, so I'm not sure if they still do that. You used to be able to buy it in 6-packs.
It's like standard like draft size mugs, like 12 ounces, but they pour it and they have a decent amount of head. So you're getting like a half to 3/4 of a pour, but they give you 2 every time you order a beer.
Yeah.
So I was watching that video, and in 2 dimensions, it looks pretty neat. But in 3 dimensions, how much of that actually spilled out?
Well, it took 4 or 5 tries.
Yeah. So the table was pretty wet.
Yeah, it was actually soaked. The table
But
was soaked.
the fresh sawdust that was spread all over the floor absorbed it up.
Yeah.
Is that on purpose?
They just pour, there's like literally sawdust everywhere, all over the floor.
awesome.
Yeah.
I don't think they ever clean it.
They do. I think they got closed earlier this year, but everything's back on track.
Little rat problem. I guess.
Well, I mean, when you put
Who doesn't in
when
New
you
York
lay
City?
down bedding for them,
Guys, I found this mansion.
giant gerbil cage.
I mean, they've been around forever. They'll be around forever.
The rats?
Yeah. Bar rats.
And mixed swirlies.
But no, it was a really cool place. Like we got a freaking table. That was,
Yeah, I've actually gone several times, but I've never sat at a table before.
we walked in, there just happened to be one that just freed up and the guy was like, you want to sit there? And it was packed too.
Yeah, it's always packed. It's a pretty touristy place. I don't want to steer anybody there that's looking for a real New York experience. I mean, it's like a institution, but you won't really find
Could be
anybody
said
who's
already.
from New York.
It's the oldest bar in the city.
Yeah, there's claims to some other bars, but I think McSorley's has the title of oldest continuously operating bar. There's a couple bars that like have a bar there now and had a bar there before McSorley's opened, but in the meantime, well, it was something else.
Okay.
So they try to claim that they're the oldest. I think McSorley's is the oldest continuously operating bar.
Where else did we go? We went to Barcade. Jeff played the longest pinball game I've ever experienced in my life.
Yeah, I like pinball a lot. We played that at Barcade in St. Mark's. We went to Rudy's, and we just walked right in and out of there.
Oh, we did stop at Rudy's.
Yeah.
You get free hot dogs there.
Yeah, and it smells like hot dogs.
Yeah.
But it was slamming when we got
It's like you're in like a street vendor's cart. It smells like.
It was slamming when we got there, so we just kind of turned around and left. We had dinner at the Smith, which I told you is my favorite place in
It
the
was
city.
really good.
You passed up free hot dogs?
Well, I'm vegetarian, but
All right, hot dogs are hot dogs. They're barely meat.
That's the second time I've been there and not had a hot dog.
They're good.
And I've only been there twice.
you're batting 1,000 on not getting free hot dogs. We drank on the train. I drank a Foster's oil can on the way down. And then we drank at the show.
I had another Connecticut Valley beer actually on the train. Into the Woods or something like that it was called. It was actually better than Trailblazer and the other one, the Simcoe beer. I'm in love with Simcoe.
I was a big fan of Fantastic Voyage. You know, the funny thing is, I purposely dress like a slob because I know that I won't be on video. And yet Dave
constantly puts this on video.
Yeah.
I'm actually getting a crick in my neck from going Lemmy style, so excuse the noises, but I'm moving my
Such a
mic.
crick in the neck. What movie?
I don't know.
Come on.
What movie is it?
Go to your childhood.
Does it have something to do with blowjobs?
Aladdin.
Oh, you had a different
late.
childhood than me.
The late and great Robin Williams.
What else did we do this week?
I worked on Sunday, football Sunday. Made decent cash, actually.
I actually watched Football Sunday this Sunday. I saw OBJ break his ankle.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
I saw your Cowboys lose
Yeah, it kind of sucks.
to Mr. Football, Aaron Rodgers.
Yes. That's pretty much what I did.
You've been being a single dad.
Yeah, I've been a single dad all week. So,
Paula's wife left him to go to Las Vegas.
yeah, well, for work.
That is never good.
So, yeah.
I wouldn't quantify that by saying for work because it makes it sound even worse. She works in Vegas sometimes. Don't ask any questions.
Long weekends.
Yes, I pretty much posted up at home, watched football, and yeah, dealt with a 2-year-old.
Sounds like fun.
Oh, yeah,
You're a good dad.
Mm-hmm.
David, what'd you do?
This weekend I actually had a good weekend. I actually got to get out and do some stuff. I got up to Mohegan Sun, went to their brew fest. Well, I thought I was going to their brew fest. I ended up going to some after party type event that they advertised as part of the brew fest, but there was like maybe 10 beers and like some food upstairs and like some conference breakout rooms. It was really awkward.
Wait. So you thought you were going to a beer festival and ended up in a room with?
You were at the post beer festival?
Yeah, so they had their brew fest, but that was like from 1 to 4, which had 100 breweries. It was all in their convention center. It was like this huge thing. And then it's the way they made it seem was that there were two.
It's like Indian giving.
They made it seem like there were 2 sessions.
Easy.
I know it was just Columbus Day. Let's back that down.
That's on the board, by the way. I added it.
Cowboys or diarrhea?
Where did the diarrhea come from?
That's a different kind of Indian. It's a Christina Pashitsky joke.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I don't either.
I was gonna
Anyway.
fuck myself.
Joke.
But anyway, they
I'm
made it
resisting
seem like there were 2.
I was going to say Jay doesn't think women are funny.
That's not true.
He just hasn't seen a funny one yet. There's nothing wrong with that.
What were you saying, Dave?
No, let's go back to that, Jay.
No, it was
No,
just-
no,
that was a
Why
sidebar.
aren't women funny?
No, they are. Wanda Sykes. I like her.
There you go. Very funny.
I said that actually in a previous episode. I had seen that after I made that remark.
That actually didn't get released.
No? But yeah, it was funny. She was talking about her vagina, I think. I can't remember the context.
We'll find it and put it out. This is all getting cut out anyway.
Why would we do that?
I don't know. We always say it and then it never does, and us saying it gets
It's, right.
gets
It's
cut
good.
out.
People hear the growing pains.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of pains, there's a story up here called Vag Head.
Wait, David didn't finish his beer story.
David never finishes his stories. It doesn't matter.
No, go ahead, finish.
No, just keep going.
Truly funny observation.
Just keep going.
No, tell us more about the.
I'm here to push buttons. It's okay. I know my role.
No, tell us more about the beer festival.
So they made it sound like there were 2 sessions for the Brewfest. Turns out the second session was like this I can't even call it an after party, but it was like upstairs above the convention center. It was in like conference breakout rooms. So there was like probably 5 or 6 rooms. Each of them had like some food, some like free food in it. And each of them had like 1 to 3 breweries. So there was like literally maybe a total of 6 breweries. And one of them was like Dosaki, Two Roads, Sam Adams. Like it wasn't like a whole lot of craft.
Dos
stuff.
Equis?
Yeah.
Dos Equis.
Whatever the fuck.
No, he actually said it really Spanish like.
Dos Equis?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Dos Equis.
Dick.
I think you say the S.
I think Dos Equis is like a deuce over here,
Stay
right?
thirsty, my friends.
That's like
I don't
what
know, but
kids do. That's what kids do after they shit in the potty, right? Dos Equis.
But anyway, so there was like 5 different rooms with like food and beer in it. And there we found one room that had 4 different beers in it, or 4 different breweries. And that was the only one that had any like really craft.
Dos Equis. I just got it. Dos. Oh, sorry, Dave. I just got it.
No, keep going.
No, it was worth it. It was a good joke.
You know, Mexican people have stinky boxes in their bathroom.
What is that? Don't say that. What is that?
No, it's
What's
not
a stinky
racist.
box?
It's not.
What's a stinky box? What is that?
They like
Only because I there's Mexican people that work with that work for me.
Yeah,
So
no, it's not.
Tomorrow morning,
it's
I'm
not
gonna
a
be
race-
asking them about their stinky box.
Yeah, no, you should, because I guess their plumbing can't handle like toilet paper.
Oh, in Mexico.
Yeah,
Oh, all right. I believe that.
yeah. But we know somebody who knows
Stinky box.
somebody who has one in their house in Connecticut.
Oh, really? Yeah. Just used to
Stinky
it?
box.
Stinky box.
I don't know.
You wipe, for anybody listening who doesn't know what I'm talking about, you in Mexico, I guess you wipe your ass, and then instead of flushing the toilet paper down the toilet, you put it in a box.
I think it's like the first initial ones where there's a lot of poo.
Gotcha.
you flush.
You flush. No, yeah. I don't know. I'm not sure. It confuses me altogether. I don't think it's all of Mexico. It's just certain parts that have
Parts
poor.
that don't have good plumbing.
I feel blessed about that because I guess Mexico has to deal with that. And I guess if you come from certain parts of China or India, you just shit into a hole in the ground.
It's you shit like
I heard some fucked up shit about China. the other
Luckily,
day.
my sisters lived in both China and India. They have toilets, but
yeah,
it
but not
it's not much different than shitting in a hole in the
Yeah.
ground.
See, luckily I can't. I came from Western Europe, so we got the opposite effect. We're too clean with assholes, so we got like our houses over there have like a bidet,
Bidets, yeah.
and like you have like ass towels. It's
I
not
don't think
paper.
you could be too clean with a butthole.
But see,
They have ass towels there and not paper, so you never have to worry about dingleberries.
But here's the thing that I often say.
Portugal's a dingleberry-free country.
Here's the thing. Oh, now that you left it.
There's not a dingleberry in sight.
The thing that I often say when people say that like it's cleaner in like Japan with the automatic toilets and like bidets in like Europe and stuff is that there's a reason that toilet paper is white.
Yeah.
So you
Like
can see.
if you wipe your ass and it's white, then it's clean. It doesn't matter how you got it clean.
Bet you it still smells though.
Yeah, some stuff still stands behind. Paper's not as... You can get into crevices with water,
Listen, I've eaten a lot of buttholes.
you know?
I've never had a problem.
I'm just saying you don't brush your teeth with paper towel.
China though, I don't know. Have you guys heard this? I was told that it's well known that in the 20s
They killed their daughters
During
because
the
they
famine?
were only allowed to.
Yeah.
they'd eat children.
What?
What?
I was told that this is known, and I have not looked it up yet.
Well, I would say that you should probably look it up before you make
They
inflammatory
said that-
statements about like a third of the population of the world.
We know China did some fucked up shit.
China doesn't
everyone's
sound
done
like
that.
it's Planned Parenthood.
That you could go in and like there'd be kids. If you were like under 12 years old, you're basically on the menu.
That's not true. That's definitely.
You know why that came up? Because I told them about, we were talking about podcasts, and I said, I just heard about this new podcast, Sword and Scale, that you
Sword
brought
and
up.
Scale, yeah. Sword and Scale is awesome. If anybody likes true crime, check that out.
So I brought that up, and then they were like, dude, in China in the 20s during the famine, they'd eat kids.
don't know about that.
It's a bold move, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off.
I think we're gonna have to get it.
We'll fact check that. We raised the premise off this show that we're mostly uninformed. But it was trusted. It was actually trusted sources. The people that told me that.
So, beer festival.
Yeah, I'll run through this real quick. There was one room I liked. There was one beer. I brought it home. You guys can try it. Segway. There you go, Jay. Take it over.
Yeah, let's crack that fucker.
We're gonna crack that now.
Yeah, I'm ready for a beer. So
Might as well. This is all over the fucking place. It doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, we're good.
going off the rails.
No, when you brought up the China thing, I just thought, do you guys watch that Marsha? I think it's Marsha Blackburn.
No.
She's like a senator or congressman or something, but she made a promotional video that she put on Twitter about how she helped abolish funding for Planned Parenthood so they can no longer sell baby parts. There's no longer the trafficking of baby parts in this. I don't know if she's from like Mississippi or Alabama or one of those
Didn't that whole thing
crazy
start
states.
because they were selling like stem cells from aborted fetuses?
something like that.
Well, if they were aborted fetuses, they're not babies anymore.
Yeah. I'd like to hear it chime in on 1920s China.
All right. So the beer this week Dave brought that he had at this pseudo festival.
Oh, do we get Holies? Nice. Good
Yeah,
job.
nice little 4-pack. Comes from a Connecticut brewery once again, Stony Creek out of Branford, Connecticut. Really nice brewery, making some good beers. This beer is called Stony Joe. It is a golden mocha stout. It's golden?
It is. If you did your homework, you would have found that out.
Yeah, I've never had the beer.
Or
but
if you
I've
let me
heard
finish
good
my
things.
story, I would have told you.
I've literally never heard of a golden stout before.
It's a little strange. It smells like it should be coming out of the can, much darker than it is.
First time I saw anything about a golden stout, I think it was Brewdogs, the Scotland guys who had their TV show, and they brewed a golden one. They actually put gold in it. It smells like a stout though.
Yeah.
Coffee.
Yeah, no, like I said, like I was at the that Brewfest thing, fucking whatever, and there was literally this one room that had decent beers in it, and that was I came across this one from Stony Creek, and I was talking to a lady there, and that was my favorite beer that they had there.
It actually tastes
And I
like a stout. It's weird.
yeah, and I thought you guys would like it, and I thought it would be interesting because it's a golden stout, and it just kind of fucks with your head a little bit when you look at it and drink it.
You know what vibe I'm getting? Like Crystal Pepsi. Remember that?
It kind of smells like. I was gonna say it kind of smells like Monster. Remember Monster used to make like coffee energy drinks.
Oh yeah, those are good.
It has that.
We still do.
It has that smell
The
to it.
Monster Mocha, but no, it's like Crystal Pepsi because it's like clear, but it tastes like Pepsi.
Yeah, this is pretty cool.
I mean, it tastes like stout.
So Stony Joe is a golden mocha stout. It is designed like a traditional milk stout, but without using the typical roasted dark malts. Instead, we use a boatload of rich, decadent, golden-colored English barley, flaked oats, and flaked wheat to give it lush body and smooth sweetness. So it's got quite the mouthfeel on it. It's very creamy,
Yeah.
and it smells. The coffee is literally lending that that aspect of the aroma.
I love it.
It is very much the Pepsi clear analogy.
Yeah. You picked a
Strange.
winner here, Dave, and I think that they actually literally are a winner, right, Jay?
So this beer just won bronze medal at the Great American Beer Festival in Colorado. Let's give it a round of applause.
Don't knock anything over.
Anytime I clap, I usually knock a beer over. But so that's actually kind of cool because for me, I actually know some of the brewers from this brewery from my previous work. And some of the other guys who just work at the brewery as well. I've been there for beer events that were like just to brew, beer events privately for breweries and hanging out with these guys. And they're really cool. Gordon's like one of the brewmaster over there. And Jay kind of runs the place. But yeah, this was really good.
Yeah, it was kind of cool when I was doing the show notes for like all the show prep and everything. Like I knew we were doing this because I liked it and I thought it was interesting. And when I was doing the show prep, I was looking up info on the beer and I found the article saying that they literally like just won the bronze medal for us. I was like, oh, that's all right. That's
And
it fits.
they actually won another bronze medal for their Dock Time Lager, which is a Vienna style lager. So they
Yeah,
took home.
Yeah, that article had I think it was 3 different breweries in Connecticut actually took home medals.
If I can only suggest one thing, I mean, if you're a beer snob, go ahead and pour this out into a glass and sniff it. And
You got it. The fact that it's golden stout, it totally screws into your head, kind of.
Yeah.
It's like a sensory experience.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead, pour it out, and and smell it, and swash it around, and dip your dick in it, whatever you do, whatever you people do to test beer out. But
Yeah, it was fun because they were pouring out of the cans when I was at Mohegan, and I gave the lady my glass, and she's like, oh yeah, we have this stout, blah blah blah, and she poured it. I'm like, are you sure that's a stout?
Yeah,
it doesn't look. She's like, no, this is our golden stout. And I smelled it. I was like, holy shit.
I was gonna say, if you're not a beer snob and you just want to have some good beer, just save yourself the mind fuck and just drink it out of the can.
Yeah, I'm drinking out of the can.
So they talk about the flaked barley, flaked oats, and flaked wheat, which all flaked grains give you more mouthfeel, more creaminess, and head retention too. But they say it's designed like a traditional milk stout, which you always have lactose added to the beer, which is a non-fermentable sugar from milk, which gives you, it's non-fermentable.
Diarrhea.
I said that twice.
Gives you diarrhea.
Yeast can't metabolize it, so it actually stays behind, doesn't get converted to alcohol, and it gives you sweetness in the beer. Oh. So that's why this beer's got that little sweetness too. Oh. Besides the sweetness from the malt. But,
I love it.
dude, it's really, really good.
Love it.
Yeah. Great job.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, kudos on that, man. This is good beer.
And it's only 5.5% alcohol.
Yeah, you can drink them all fucking day.
Yeah.
I'm planning on it. So going back to the big board, you want to tell me about this?
Vag
Vag? I'm intrigued.
So
I'd like to know more.
there's a young couple, and I think there's a picture here.
Oh. Oh my God, that's not them, is it?
Over here, yeah.
No.
I like how there's no segue. It's just
That's
right in.
that's going on here. That's going on Instagram.
Just take the picture now
I
and put
think
it up
that
there.
might.
It might make us seem like dicks.
Is it of the actual area?
No, it's of
No.
it's of the couple.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, I'd do that.
Tom and Janice Morrison, a young couple from the small town of
He's
Greensboro.
like, don't put their picture on the internet, but I'll read their
Totally
fucking first and
pronounced
last.
Listen, it's on the internet.
I know.
It's done.
Greensboro in Alabama called 911 around 10 p.m., whatever night this was, and asked for an ambulance. They thought it was a joke, but the woman told the lady on the other end that her husband got his head stuck in her vagina.
Which head?
His actual head, his human
The one with the face
head.
on it.
Yeah, the guy with the face.
How?
She thought it was a
I have
prank.
so many
but-
questions.
But so apparently she said that he fell and got his head stuck in her vagina.
It sounds like a Benny Hill sketch.
Bill Austin, one of the paramedics who transported the couple, claims they were lying naked on their bed and partially covered in blood. The woman kept screaming out in pain whenever the guy moved, but he had half of his face buried in there and he looked like he was going through hell.
So wait. Hey, you know what they say, man? If
Wait.
you're going through hell, keep going.
Let's go along with their scenario on this one.
I'm assuming
If he tripped and fell and that happened, what was she doing?
masturbating.
Like wide open.
What are you doing?
She had one of those OBGYN platypus things just opening her up.
It's called a speculum. Don't ask me why I know.
Yes.
So I assume his mouth was out of the vagina because he didn't suffocate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what? Miss Morrison suffered from severe internal bleeding, but is now stable.
Well,
And he only suffered a few scratches and bruises.
I think his dignity is a little fucked up now too.
Did they put a
I
daddy
just don't
stitch in
understand
for him?
how that's physically
get to
possible.
that.
Bend over. Listen.
I mean,
And anything's possible if you're brave.
Yeah. Anything's a dildo if you're brave enough.
yeah. So they just basically lied and said it was an accident. So he was actually trying to put his head in
Yeah,
there?
no, I think the headline said it was like they were in some kind of game, like sex game. Don't ask me any questions. I don't know.
Were they in a Saw movie?
If I could give any of the men out there who haven't had kids yet any kind of like fatherly advice, this shit all starts when they let you watch birth. Just sit in the waiting room.
Are you making a confession right now?
No. Well, my wife, we didn't have a natural birth. I'm just
It's like
saying.
a reverse crowning.
Yeah.
You had an unnatural birth?
Well, no. Once you see it, you become envious.
Dude, it
I
was
think.
great.
I think you become envious because you wish you could do that with your own member. And you're like, damn, this kid's tearing that shit apart.
Yeah,
So fucked
but
up.
it's your wife. You have to go back to it.
No.
They're not disposable. Like that's your one for the rest of your life.
Let me just clear. My wife had a C-section, so
No,
good
I'm not
for
saying.
you.
I'm not saying.
Good for you.
I'm not saying you specifically. I'm saying.
I'm just saying the men who had to sit
Dude,
there and watch.
I watched it.
Natural birth.
Yeah.
You get a little envious, I think.
I love blood, so It was really cool.
Yeah.
They made Gary leave because he was making jokes.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah.
I
could
made
see
jokes.
that.
At one point when my wife at the time was on the table, spread eagle, and they had asked
That's the only way
Was
to
this
do it.
was this the night you got her pregnant or the night she gave birth?
the doctor who actually gave birth, he delivered me, this doctor, and he was delivering my daughter. They had asked if a student could come in, and or a resident or whatever they fucking call him. And we were like, yeah, whatever, bring him in. And so they're sitting there.
I'm rooting around in my wife's vagina.
She's ass end on the table, and there's literally like a light, just like you have here over the bar, just like spotlight right on her vagina. And they're both sitting on stools at the end of the table. And
Sounds like a setup for a porn.
the main doctor has his finger, and he's going around like the rim of her vagina. And he's like, yeah, so feel here. And so now they both have their fingers in there, like going around, and I'm like behind them in between both their heads. And I leaned down and I said, if this was any two other guys, I'd be so pissed right now.
It'd be funny if, like, when they walk out, one of them under his breast's like, fucking cock.
That was good. It was a fun day. I videotaped the placenta sitting in a bowl.
Did you eat it?
No.
I don't want to do it myself. I'm just curious.
I've seen it on HBO once.
Yeah, me too.
I fried it in a skillet.
I thought you like freeze dried it and then ate it in capsules.
No, I think they. Well,
I cooked it with like butter.
Yeah.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, I watched them. They're like stovetop.
That's like haggis.
I'm sure you.
It's rich in nutrients.
Chitlins.
I'm sure if you slice some truffles over it.
I heard that like when chicks give birth, they shit all over the table.
You know what? I was told that too. I was disappointed she actually didn't do it. I'd love to say that she did, but but she didn't. And
I think it does happen.
Speaking
oh
of
yeah,
shit,
you're pushing like crazy.
Yeah, I think it does happen.
speaking of shit, you guys hear about that chick that was jogging around? What was it, Denver? I think
I did
pooping
hear
on
it.
people's lawns.
I did hear about that.
We're a couple weeks late to the story, but
Yeah, we haven't got
But it's
together in
still
a couple
funny.
weeks, but it's so ridiculous that we can't just not talk about it.
this lady was jogging around in her jogging clothes, those tight pants, and just popping a squat in people's lawns, like right on the sidewalk outside their house.
I think it's the same guy, right?
It was a woman.
It was a woman.
No. What I mean is she would poop on the same lawn.
Yeah, but it was a woman's lawn too. A woman saw her woman's kid saw her doing it.
Her kids saw the lady.
Yeah, her
first.
kids saw her doing it.
It says, the article says they're like, there's a lady taking a poop.
But here's the thing: at first it sounded like like people run and like all sorts of crazy shit happens. Like people shit themselves in the New York City Marathon and like they piss themselves and like their nipples
in a
bleed and shit.
marathon,
Yeah, but like I thought it was like something like that, but apparently it's like a serial thing where it just keeps happening.
Yeah, she
and
just stops and poops on their lawn.
on purpose. There's a bathroom right across the street. There's a park down the road, and the other thing is she brings toilet paper and wipes her ass. So like she knows she's doing this and she knows where she's doing it. She's doing it on purpose. I think she's still at large because I haven't heard anything to the contrary.
Right.
However,
Yeah, I don't know.
right after the news broke, Charmin offered her a year's supply of toilet paper to turn herself in.
Maybe she's just insanely regular and unwilling to break her schedule. She's like, it happens during my job,
I
and
run
it's gonna happen
every
during
time
my-
I run. I have to shit. I'm not going to stop running,
It's gonna happen.
so I'm
It's gonna
bringing
happen.
some towels with me. I just happen to have to shit at the same point every circuit.
I have a feeling.
She's like, oop, 1080 Main Street. Here we are again.
I have a feeling that there's a reason for it, and the reason has something to do with something that the wife doesn't know about.
Wait, hang on. So I just found
The
an
guy, she
article.
was fucking her husband.
No,
Is that what you're thinking?
I'm not going to say it, but
Well, we don't know her. It's fine.
There's gotta be better ways than poo lady.
hey, man, at least she's
Yeah,
not throwing it like a fucking monkey or anything
At least she's not lobbing it out your
at
window
her kids.
onto your neighbor's windowsill.
All right, so I did find a follow up article.
Oh, nice.
In a video uploaded to YouTube this week that's since been removed, a man claiming to be a family representative called the woman Shirley and said she's sorry for her actions, but suffers from a traumatic brain injury that's forced her to lose control of her bowels.
Oh, well, it's
But why?
understandable.
Okay, that is. I'd be sympathetic to that, except for the fact that she does it
Yeah.
in the same place every time.
Oddly, the man stated that the woman's penchant for dropping turds in public is a right protected under the United States Constitution, although the nation's founding document guarantees no such bathroom privileges in explicit terms.
How many amendments are we up to now? Would this be
20
19?
something, right?
So they reached out. They reached out to a defense attorney, and he said defecating in someone's yard is definitely not protected under the First Amendment and is actually a crime.
Yeah, I said it, so it's true.
Sounds to me like they're full of shit.
Ba-doom.
It doesn't say if she's ever
idiot.
come forward though.
No, because she doesn't want that sweet Charmin money. Yeah,
She doesn't want publicity, unlike some people, like OJ.
So apparently, the representative for the family also likened the dirty habit to breastfeeding, something that Colorado Springs resident Shirley Trevnut doesn't agree with.
Oh, this is Colorado Springs?
That's what they say.
Colorado Springs, I'm surprised that they even said anything to her because it's a fucking hippie town out there. It's like a college town. Everybody's a hippie.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they said anything to her. I'm surprised that she wasn't shitting on top of somebody else's shit.
There's an update at the bottom of this.
Yes, breaking news.
Nah, the man claiming to represent the Mad Pooper
full
uploaded
of shit.
another video to YouTube last week explaining that he isn't the woman's spokesperson, and his original video was created in order to deceive people.
What a dick.
Is there no honest reporting?
Yeah, right. Fake news.
Yeah.
You are fake news.
Fake
On
news.
YouTube
You
now.
just made us waste 10 minutes of this fucking podcast.
That's what happens when we don't
Do our homework?
do our homework.
Oh, so the whole thing was fake?
No,
No,
is real.
just the whole post thing that I found.
Oh, but this chick still took a
Oh
dump
no,
on
she
this
was
dude's
pooping
lawn.
on people's lawn. Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Speaking of pieces of shit,
We're safe.
OJ Simpson got out of jail.
Yes, and
Yes,
instead
he
of
did.
doing what everybody in the world, I mean literally everybody in the world is telling him to do, which is just fade off into the background
Right.
and enjoy the rest of your life.
Shut the fuck up and go away.
He's doing the exact opposite and hiring paparazzi to pretend take photos of him. But before doing that, he,
Yeah, so
he
how did that work? I
loudly conversates about
Conversate is not a word.
conversates.
Converses.
Converses. He talks to somebody really loud about doing this minutes before he actually does it.
And it was all about the Vegas incident.
Yeah.
So what? All I heard that was that he got out of jail. He went to McDonald's. I didn't hear anything. I didn't hear anything about the paparazzi thing. So fill me in further.
Who's read the story?
I didn't put it. Did I put? Who put that up?
You posted it.
I didn't.
Well, I have it right here. Essentially, he had his friend photograph him like as they were going outside of a country club, and it was just staged up for him to like ask him, talk to him as if he was paparazzi, and he's like, "Oh, my thoughts and prayers are with the victims," blah blah blah. And it was all just to make him relevant, like he's somebody still.
Yeah, like he has a heart.
Yeah, but
Oh, so it was a boring news story, basically.
yeah, but there was another person there who fired up his camera at the same time and tried to ask him questions, and it screwed up their plan.
So he kind of just ran off.
You're not supposed to be here.
Yeah, pretty much.
So he just
invited
tried to
you?
capitalize off it and just be like, "Hey, I'm still here, everybody."
Fuck that guy.
Yeah, coming from somebody who actually was like, "Cool, the OJ got off." Just go away, man.
Yeah, really. Just be quiet. Like, don't even play golf. Just fucking.
Unless you want to come on a Heavy Drinking podcast, and then we'll
Yeah,
gladly have you
OJ
on
Simpson,
here.
you're welcome. Just don't bring any gloves
Yeah,
or
yeah.
It's
I
gonna
don't
be.
think the glove was the problem.
It's gonna be hard to talk to him through a fucking Hannibal Lecter mask, and that's the only way I'm letting him in this fucking
Really?
door.
No, I think he's a stable enough sociopath that he wouldn't do anything crazy while he was here.
They thought that before.
I think
The guys in Las Vegas thought that right before he fucking bashed in their door and stole all their shit.
Yeah. Well,
he robbed people in Vegas.
Yeah,
No,
that's,
well,
that's what he was in jail for.
it was his own stuff that
Yeah.
somebody else had.
It was his own stuff, but this was not. Everybody knows that this had nothing to do with Las Vegas.
No,
That's why
no,
he got sent to jail.
Yeah.
There's a loss in it.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. So
Moving along.
I guess I also put up a story about a drunk time traveler.
Now tell me more. Because I have this theory that Jägermeister is a time machine. Because I drink it, and then the next thing I know, it's 2 hours later.
You know what the problem is? I have these stories up on the Slack page while I'm under the influence of. You guys can go ahead and guess whatever you want, and I usually forget what I read about.
I think that narrows it down.
Which means you
That
guys
narrows it down.
Casper, Wyoming. Police say a central Wyoming man they arrested for public intoxication claimed he had traveled back in time to warn of an alien invasion.
So how far back in time did he come?
Monday, he claimed he was from the year.
He came back from Monday
I
next week.
started in the middle of the sentence. He claimed he was from the year 2048.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
We'll be dead by then.
He wanted to warn the people of Casper that aliens would arrive
only
next
30
year
years.
and they should leave as soon as possible.
We'll be dead by
You
then.
should have asked them if the new Blade Runner movie is a bunch of bullshit.
No, dude, I've been reading reviews that said it's sick.
He told
That's
the,
2049.
he told the
right?
police
Oh,
he
you
was
mean
only
the
able to
actual-
time travel because aliens filled his body with alcohol.
Yeah.
He noted that he was supposed to be transported to the year 2018,
It was Jaeger.
not this year.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
it's
then-
totally fucked up.
They gave him too much alcohol.
They did too much.
that last shot always fucks you up on the way. The road
It
shot.
does though.
Don't drink and drive. I'm joking. We should say that more on this podcast.
Yeah, don't drink.
Yeah, call it Uber or Lyft.
What, that you're joking? Don't about not drinking and driving? Like what? The way you said that was weird.
Just arrange the things I said into a socially conscious statement that won't get me yelled at.
You're like, don't drink and drive. Just kidding. We should say that more.
No, definitely call like a car service or get married.
That's
and-
so easy.
And you have a designated
now,
driver
you
at
know?
home.
To
And
just
Dude,
set
fucking
that shit up.
Uber.
Yeah.
yeah, no, you can get married and you have a designated driver until the court papers are drawn up.
I mean, I don't know about that. Anybody who's going to marry me is probably going to drink a lot. So I'm still probably going to be on the hook for driving. What else? Oh, I have a
I'm really trying to steer around this Harvey Weinstein story.
well, just fucking
Well, now you just said
So
it.
we're a little deeper into the show. So
No, let's go.
wait. Let's like.
Yeah,
I had a
let's-
really good segue before. Speaking of pieces of shit, what's going?
I did. Yeah, I did too.
What's going on with Harvey Weinstein?
actually, I put up the pork roll story, which is pretty funny.
Speaking of pieces of shit, what's going on with the pork roll story?
I lived in
This is so bad.
for anybody who's listened to this podcast for more than 5 minutes, they know that I lived in Jersey for a while. So when I saw a story about two men getting in a fist fight over a pork roll sandwich, I automatically assumed it was in New Jersey, and I was correct. Hackettstown, New Jersey.
What is a pork
So
roll
yeah, I was,
sandwich?
I've never
I was
heard
just
of a
gonna
pork
ask
roll
that too.
sandwich.
So pork roll is essentially
It's a cold cut, right?
It's like Canadian bacon.
Ooh.
Yeah, because Vietnamese.
Tell me more.
Okay,
You have a,
so it's
have a
ham.
pork roll.
It's like thick sliced ham. You know, like that.
It's usually on banh mi's. It's not maybe not usually, but it is
Banh mi?
found
A
on
banh-
banh mi. It's a
a banh mi
Vietnamese
tin.
sandwich.
That's impossible because pork rolls from New Jersey.
All pigs are from New Jersey.
Yeah, all pork rolls from New Jersey.
Wait, didn't you see Okaya, the fucking Netflix show about the huge pig?
No,
Never mind that.
I know that Jersey's really serious about their pork roll. Serious enough that I think Chris Christie went to Iowa and actually help lobby against taking pigs out of gestation cages because good pork roll comes from animals that suffer.
Tender meat.
It's the last thing.
What else is on a pork roll sandwich?
It's just pork, my man. It's like
No
the
other
best pork.
toppings?
Yeah. It's like the most.
It's just juicy.
It's just pork.
Au jus.
Just pork rolled up, and then they.
Rolled up.
Yeah. I always thought.
There's a lot of different pork though.
Well, I always thought a pork roll sandwich, like before I lived there, was like pork roll, egg and cheese, like a breakfast sandwich. It's not. There's people down there that'll just have like straight like pork roll and mayonnaise. Gross for breakfast. So I guess two 19-year-olds in Hackettstown, police showed up and one of them had his face like.
Can I just
swollen
say before you go any further that
Fist
this
fighting
is the
over-
reason that people think what they think when they hear New Jersey.
up? True, but this is a news story.
They're not wrong.
No, but I mean, like, this is why people think
Why
that New
didn't they
Jersey
just-
is what they think it is.
So what was the premise of this? They were home and they made it? And there was
No,
not
no,
enough
no,
pork
no.
roll for the two of them?
I think
or-
they The police say alcohol was involved, which is why.
Stop just unfairly victimizing alcohol. We've been over this.
So it happened early in the morning. Alcohol was involved, and they got into a fist fight over a pork roll sandwich.
Who won? Definitely not the pig.
Well, one 19-year-old was taken into custody. So, I'm
So there was
guessing-
two of them.
So only one of them was arrested.
So I guess he's the winner.
No, the one that wasn't arrested was the winner because he probably got to keep.
This was the
sandwich.
morning.
Yeah.
This happened in the morning.
Oh, it's a breakfast sandwich.
Sandwich. Yeah, pork roll sandwich.
It's breakfast.
Yeah. When else would you have pork roll?
Fucking, I would never have.
So they were that drunk in the morning.
Yes, because it's New Jersey.
You're doing it right.
They do.
I'm picturing like 2 a.m.
No, well, maybe 2 a.m.
That's probably more.
Probably 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't know if we ever.
Because when Jay said morning, now I'm picturing like 8, 9 o'clock, like everyone getting ready to go to their construction job and
Yeah.
in line at the Krausers
Not
getting
that
a
there's
pork
anything
roll.
wrong
Not
with
New Jersey.
construction work.
that was one thing my wife complained about when we moved to Connecticut was the fact that
No Krausers
no, she's like everybody's in bed by 9 o'clock. It feels like
at night.
yeah, because if you're Jersey's open. You can
Oh,
you
like
go-
stores are shut down.
You wake up at 2. When I lived down there was times when I woke up at 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, I want a cheeseburger from White Rose, which is a, owner operated trailer essentially that is this old man that just grills burgers up. So I would get out of bed, throw pajamas on, and he'd be open. 70-year-old man flipping burgers at 2 a.m.
Connecticut's actually not that bad. Like Toronto on a Sunday after 8 o'clock, everything's fucking shut. This is
Yeah.
the second biggest city in North America.
Yeah.
Sunday at 8 o'clock, fucking shut down.
Yeah, but from here,
But that's Canada. We don't.
from this location at 2 a.m. at midnight there's rarely anything open outside
There's
of bars.
diners. There's lots of diners. There's lots of all fast
Dude,
foods.
even the Shelton Diner closes before midnight.
It didn't used to though. That's a recent development.
Well, I mean, last 6, 8 years.
2 probably.
No.
Yeah, there's no way it's been.
So
Dude, when did Riverdale stop being 24 hours?
Like 2 years ago.
Yeah, there's no way it was 6 or 7
I
years.
feel
ago.
like it was way more than that.
No.
So the point I was trying to make was that in Jersey you can pretty much get whatever you want at any time of the night, which is well, I was going to bring up the fact that our Devin, our first guest, which I guess he ended up being our first guest.
Some clips from that interview will end up.
Yeah, that'll actually end up
They'll
in our
surface.
Patreon feed.
I had a trip with the podcast plumber in New Jersey, and it was a bit of a crazy night, but it ended at a Wawa's at 4:30 in the morning, where Devin couldn't believe that you could
Oh yeah, the digital sandwich ordering.
essentially make
Dude,
your own
that's the
sandwich
best
on a
shit.
digital board.
Was it 3D printed or was there a guy making it?
I don't know what he did, but he successfully made a $23 foot long sub at Wawa's.
Listen, if anybody could do it, it's Devin.
The sandwich woman tried as hard as possible to put all the toppings on the sandwich. She ended up putting a bunch of them in little to-go containers.
She couldn't fit everything on.
Yeah, alongside the sandwich.
How many shots of insulin did he take before he ate it the whole time?
I don't know. I just remember sitting. I remember. Well, this is the weekend of my bachelor party. So I remember I was laying down, half passed out on the edge of a pool, and he was chain smoking and scarfing down a $23 sub.
Speaking of insulin, I just thought of something that definitely some people in this room will be interested in, but maybe some of our listeners too. Howard Jones from
Yes.
Killswitch Engage. In my opinion, the best singer from Killswitch Engage. I actually like him better than Jesse. I appreciate Jesse for being the OG, but I think Howard's records were better.
Yeah, the first,
Anyway.
I agree.
The first time I ever heard Killswitch was Howard.
Yeah,
I
and
hadn't-
I also think I've thought about this a lot. I think that might actually be some of the reason why I like Howard better, because that's how I was introduced to them.
Okay.
Because I knew
Right,
there was an
it was
album.
what you knew, and then it changed.
I knew there was an album before the album I was listening to, but like I started listening to the first Howard album. But anyway, I was reading his Wikipedia the other day, and the reason given for his departure from the band is diabetes.
Diabetes, yeah, like unattended to.
Yeah, we all know that's not
Diabetes.
true, because there was a lot of story going around before the Wikipedia article was written, and it had nothing to do with diabetes.
Yeah, he was just laying it.
Yeah.
His wife and his lady at home got upset.
But I think it's pretty funny that they're trying to like rewrite the history on that.
Doing pretty well on it too. I mean, speaking of rewriting history, the movie industry is pretty fucked.
That's the worst
I
segue
guess
I've
we're
ever
going
heard.
right to the Harvey Weinstein story.
Yeah, I was trying to.
Speaking of pieces of shit.
Yeah, that was the better one, but we steamrolled over that.
What's going on with Harvey Weinstein?
I think everybody knows the whole story.
Life.
Listen, if you're not caught up on the Harvey Weinstein story, pause.
Check your plants.
Yeah,
Check your potted plants.
yeah, just go ahead and throw them out.
They're flourishing for some
If
reason.
there's any way, shape, or form, if there's any way that Harvey Weinstein was within a quarter mile,
You know,
of
and
any
they
potted
say
plant you had in your house-
vegetarians can't get protein from plants, and now it's,
Is that a ficus?
Yeah. So I guess it's that. Just for safety's sake, just throw all the potted plants out. Start fresh.
if you live in Westport, good luck.
Yes.
Yeah, he's a fucking scumbag.
But
However,
aside,
But I
from
want
that,
I
the
want to
point-
know what the surprise is.
yeah, I mean, the casting couch has been around forever. Everybody knows about it. I'm sure he's not the only one. I'm not really sure why he's the only one that's getting called out on it, but I'm 100% sure he's
I
not
think
the
it's
only one.
anti-Semitism.
Yeah, the only reason I
Yeah,
I
in
wanted
Hollywood.
the only reason I wanted to talk about it was that my whole point was, and again, like I've heard 1,000 people say this, so I'm not trying to be the one
You're not
that,
breaking
that
new ground.
is, but you add me to a list of people that aren't trying to make light of somebody's sexual harassment, or I guess now as of this morning, possible rape. But
Yeah.
you know,
I'm not a fan of Anthony Bourdain, but I don't think he's lying.
You know how Hollywood works.
Anthony Bourdain does it too.
No, apparently Harvey Weinstein raped his girlfriend.
Raped.
Anthony Bourdain's girlfriend.
Really? I didn't hear that.
That's
Yeah, I didn't hear
just
that
coming
either.
out today.
So my whole thing is that
I like Anthony Bourdain.
You should see his girlfriend. She's 42. She's fucking smoking.
What are you saying?
I'm just saying I wonder how
Not that you should rape her.
yes, rape sounds
I didn't want to make it sound like that. But she is hot.
rape is terrible and makes the point I'm about to make that much worse for me to make. But I'm just wondering how many of the people. All right, so of all the people that Harvey Weinstein probably harassed or jerked
Assaulted.
off into a plate in front of, or
That okay.
That's the weirdest. Like that's
we
the
agree?
weirdest part. Like
That's funny. Even if it's not like, take the fact out that he was making a girl watch him do it. But
because listen, it's Hollywood. Pornhub did not invent the casting couch.
No.
Like it's been
They
a
perfected
long
it.
time.
All right.
They did.
Devil's
But-
advocate over here. Someone's got to do it.
I'm just saying that.
But where'd the potted plants come into? That's the thing. Like that's the thing I can't wrap my hand around.
were they like real ones or like silk ones?
Probably he's real.
really
Like he probably
matters.
had. He's
don't
rich. He
think
probably
he-
had someone coming by to water it so it'd seep into the soil
Apparently they didn't
You
need
think
any.
he had a preference?
of potted or.
Yeah, you
fake?
think he's like mid climax? He's like, oh no, this is fake. These are silk. No, real plants. Give me a real plant.
No, I mean they were probably already real.
I can't even do a Harvey Weinstein, but give me a real plant.
I don't know what he sounds like.
get me a
In my
real-
head, he sounds like
I don't
Harvey
think anyone does.
Firestein.
You know, he's
Real
talked to
plant.
me before in person, and I can't remember his voice.
Did he try and put his finger up your butt?
No,
Did he jerk off in your cafe?
no.
Did you try to
what's-
take a shower in front
What's
of him?
wrong with my leg, T? So I used to manage a cafe in Westport, and Harvey Weinstein would come in with his children, and
Spell
he'd-
cum.
He'd
Everyone.
HARVEY. He would come in with his kids and walk up and order the drinks and snacks or whatever, and then he'd hand me his credit card and literally walk away and not come back for 45 minutes. And I just had Harvey Weinstein's credit card, and I never used it, but I should have because he's a dick apparently.
I would just like to point out that, not to take anything away from this and that we should be outraged, but why was nobody outraged when the future president of the United States was saying that he was doing the same shit?
Yeah, I guess.
Well, they did, but it was the left that was outraged. Now it's the right that's outraged.
Yeah. My whole.
What I'm saying is why wasn't everybody outraged both times?
Who knows? That's
because it's got to be political affiliation.
But Harvey Weinstein, well, I guess he is political. He was a donor to Hillary Clinton.
I wasn't. I'm not even trying to be political. My whole thing is that of all the women he harassed, or
I'm not either. I'm just saying I don't see the difference.
No, I'm just saying of all the women that he harassed or felt up and everything, there had to be a percentage of them that were, I'm not gonna say okay with it, but kind of just went along with it to get a role.
Well, I mean, listen, it's like the rock and roll industry. Like, there's groupies. I'm gonna say groupies, but there's people that were okay and went into it knowing, like, I'm gonna suck this dude's dick and I'm gonna get a part.
Let's talk about it. It's not like Melania Trump married Donald Trump because
Take a shot.
God damn
Take
it.
a shot.
It's not like she married.
Actually, I feel like someone else said it too.
No, I said the president.
It's not like, yeah, but you understand the point I'm about to make. We all know she didn't marry him because she's in love with him and she thinks he's an amazing guy and she just fell in love with this great person.
Listen,
let's not say that shit doesn't exist. Yeah, what Harvey Weinstein did was, he's a scumbag. But there's, as Bill Burr said, there's gold digging whores out there too.
No.
And I'm not
the forcing part of it, and like
he's a piece of shit.
No,
I'm glad he got fired. And like I said, I've met him before in person, and he's a dick. He's just like he'd come in to the cafe just slovenly, just like not put together looking, and I'm like,
here's the thing though. There's people that are like, I wouldn't say that Melania did anything wrong. They both knew what they were doing, and they both consented to that. About her. And I think that there probably were some people that would fall into that category with Harvey Weinstein, but there were definitely people that fall outside of that.
And that's
President,
that's where the problem.
This shot of Jaeger's for you.
No, and that's what I'm saying. Like, the fact that, like, the forcing yourself on somebody and making it and like groping and like the unwanted touching and all that kind of shit, that's fucked up. Fuck that shit. Yeah. But I also can't blame a dude for being like, if you really want this part, that's like. I'm not. And then if you do or don't, like, all right, fine, whatever. You don't want it. Like,
I'm just let it go. Like Will Ferrell and Eggerman. I'm just putting it out there. If you don't like it, throw it right back.
I think that the problem was that he didn't let it go.
And that's the shitty part. I
heard the audio clip today. The NYPD did this thing on him in 2015, and they were, he's talking to the girl, and she had a wire. And,
and I'm not saying dude ain't a shitbag.
He was like, just come in. I'm not going to do anything. I'm sorry I did that.
I'm not. My point was that he is a piece of shit. And what he did was wrong and everything. I was just saying that how many bad movies did I sit through needlessly because the lead role blew him and a good actress didn't.
Well, I mean,
it's actually a decent point. And also, I'm just going to interrupt. I'm just going to interrupt this conversation real quick.
I don't want to get
because I just got a message saying that we got an email to the Heavy Drinking Podcast thing, and just it's Photoshop. Don't look at it. Don't worry about it.
What do you mean? I want to see it.
What I was going to say is that there's been a lot of really good Miramax movies. So you probably didn't see too many.
Yeah, that is the Heavy Drinking Hotline.
But no.
That's such a nice.
Do you mean in the last 2
is.
years? Good Miramax movie?
I mean,
because he stopped doing this in 2015.
I think if you look at Miramax as a whole,
hello.
Yeah.
Hello, you're on the Heavy
Podcast.
It is. Who's this?
Oh, this is Brendan.
Well, Brendan, you're not in the air yet, so what do you want to talk about? No, not yet.
So you can talk about like Jews or whatever.
Yeah.
Anything goes. You guys always talk about editing things out on the show, but I guess it never gets edited out.
The fact that you called is consent,
sometimes
brother.
Yeah, it actually does get edited sometimes, but it usually is.
Dave edited it out. Dave edited out your last phone call completely.
Yeah, he edited out the whole end of the show.
That wasn't an edit.
We're not going to Weinstein you over here.
Yeah,
you interrupted. We were just talking about Harvey Weinstein. Have you heard about this?
Yeah, the allegations. Yeah, it's so some pretty serious stuff.
Yeah. I mean,
I was just trying to make the point of how many bad movies it had to sit through because a lead role blew him and a good actress didn't.
Yeah, it's they say showbiz is a tough biz, but I guess we all know now why.
Cool. So what spurred on this?
Like show blow jobs like no blow jobs.
So what spurred on this call?
I saw you guys on Instagram doing a little, post from that nice. Who built that? Is that a man cave in someone's home?
This is our very fancy studio that we record in the bar here at Paulo's.
Yeah, I'm a little jealous guy. I got a, man cave, but nothing to that extent. So that's impressive.
Paulo is available for hire.
He is a contractor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't build man rooms.
Well, you built this one.
Yes, I built
Just his own.
Yeah. I was listening to the Helmet Show episode today, actually, which I thought was very interesting. I have my new favorite Instagram account, Nice Cans.
Yeah, I think that's everyone's new favorite.
Nice Cans is pretty sweet. I think that
Hashtag head has no face.
wait.
Nice Cans _nice _cans with a Z.
With a Z.
Has nothing to do with nice cans. By the way, those have nothing to do with each other. Two completely separate parts of that show.
I'm gonna have to write an apology.
A few episodes ago, I think Dave, you hit it.
No, he didn't.
On the can is
What?
a very important selling part.
Oh yeah,
so.
that's definitely for sure. We're 100% convinced that your highest paid guy at your brewery needs to be the guy that comes up with the artwork under the president. But
and then the guy from what was it, Nebco, who does the artwork?
Craig,
he's like a mini celebrity in the Northeast.
Yeah, that's why I was like,
known as
Jay talking
a
here.
reputable brand.
That's why I was like,
sucking his dick.
Yeah, I was like, dude, I met you, and I was like, holy crap, it's the guy who does all the labels.
I thought you were gonna cry.
It was cool, man.
Yeah,
it was cool.
It was like listening and hearing your your childhood idols on Howard Stern, and then the art guy from Nebco was on the Heavy Drinking podcast. So my life's complete.
Jay, didn't you say that his art show opens this weekend? The one he was talking about.
It is this weekend. Yes,
Let's. We should make it down there.
we should.
What did he say?
Maybe
Sort
Sunday.
of popcorn? What was it that he was bringing?
Twinkies.
Twinkies.
Get Twinkies. And stop by, get Twinkie and a beer
Nice. I can
at
definitely
his
do that.
art show in New Haven. I can't remember the details from it, which
We'll
it's a
find it.
shame.
We'll post it on Instagram and Facebook.
Brendan, I know it's Wednesday night, and I don't know what you have to do in the morning, but are you drinking tonight?
Oh, of course, yeah. I have. I've got this new beer on draft here from Hanging Hills in Brantford. I've never heard of it.
Neither have I.
It's their yellow pale ale. So I saw it at the the liquor store. So I picked up a log, and it's not bad. It's
Wait, so you had never had it and you bought a log?
That is commitment right there.
Well, I always I started buying logs of things I've had, and then I was like, it's just so much more exciting to try something new. I got like when Too Juicy came out, they had, it was like the day it came out, they had a login, and they also had Sip of Sunshine, but some guy beat me to Sip of Sunshine, and he actually bought an air pump.
That would have been good.
And he was going to put it on ice with an air pump in his basement, which is such a shame. But serendipity, they were like, well, this Too Juicy was just supposed to be a big deal. So I was like, all right, let me try it. And, Two Roads, beer.
Yeah, Paul, I think you were
know.
telling me about Too Juicy.
Too Juicy's delicious. I mean, I'm not the first person to say that.
Yeah, so I drank about 5 gallons of that.
Wait, I'm sorry.
That sounds about right.
I kind of wasn't paying attention. You found a log of Too Juicy somewhere?
Yeah, so I was at
Really?
I don't want to name businesses.
No,
Yeah,
if you can find good stuff, name
go
it.
ahead.
No, just email it to us.
So wait, what kind of setup do you have at your house? You have just a kegerator or what?
So I, my brother and I, we had this mini fridge in college, and it was sitting in my parents' garage. And I asked my dad, I was like, are you going to use that? And he was like, what you still have for a mini fridge? And I was like, can I turn it into a kegerator? Oh, hold on 1 second. The girlfriend's calling me. Yeah.
She's ruining our show.
You heard it here
yeah.
first,
Professional.
folks. People that listen to this show do have girlfriends.
Yeah. Good for you.
Yep. I'm in the middle of a plumbing project. Girlfriend wanted.
Oh, we've got a guy. If you don't want to finish, we got a guy you can call.
That's what I call sex too.
Anyway, I got So I said, hey, can I see if I could turn this into a kegerator? I might mess up the fridge. She said, go for it. So I, got this idea. I was going to make this beer tower out of lead pipe. So I went to Home Depot, bought some lead pipe, bought a hole saw.
Isn't lead not good for you?
That's not safe.
Yeah, got the schematic of
It
the
probably wasn't
refrigerator offline. And then I went to Maltos, and Mark
Did you
kind of,
incorporate some asbestos?
I used to work at Maltos.
Malta.
Yeah, Mark and Tess, or shout out to Mark and Tess.
Yeah.
Just very helpful and kind of Frankensteined a kegerator together. So
Nice.
I have that and a couch and some power tools, and that's my man cave.
Pretty sweet. Today we're having something called Stony Joe out of Brantford. Who is it again?
Stony Creek.
Stony Creek.
Oh, Stony
Stony
Creek.
Creek, which would make sense.
Yeah, it's fucking delicious. It's a
Dude,
stout,
once
but
again,
it's like
Gordon.
It's a golden stout.
Gordon and team, if you guys hear this, great job.
Yeah.
It's the first time I've had it. It's so good.
it is really, really good.
Definitely don't sell in bottles. Keep it in
So
the can.
it's a golden stout. Did
Yeah,
you
it's
hear that right?
it's a stout, and it tastes like a stout. If you drink it out of the can, you wouldn't even know. But if you pour it into a glass, it's like gold.
Looks like a crystal clear pale ale.
Yeah. I likened it to Crystal Pepsi.
So does it pass the Jeff test? Because I know he likes stouts and creamy feelings in his mouth.
Wow. Brandon, you are a true listener.
fan.
I don't know if I
Listen,
I don't wanna
he
say you're a
literally
fan.
he just said he listened to episode 7, so
super fan.
I think he's gotten all the way through.
Yeah, it does pass the Jeff test. I think this is one of the best beers we've tried on here, actually. I think Dave knocked it out of the park, and I think that they deserve their medal from the Great American Beer Fest. But
Yeah.
I don't know what came in first and second, but I would put this up against them for sure.
I know there were like 90 entries, so
Nice.
Well, I don't even know if it was categorized or not, or if it was like
no, it was coffee beer.
it was for a coffee beer.
Oh, okay. Well, then I definitely would have liked to try the first and second because I like coffee beers.
So it's a golden coffee stout. I'll have to.
Yeah, look it up. Look it up. I actually I found it.
mocha stout.
I found it in stores using a beer menus app for your phone.
Because I just
So it'll tell you stores around that carry it.
Yeah. I might not buy a log of it, but I'll definitely try.
Yeah, no, I don't know if you'll be able to find a log of it. I only found 2 6-packs.
Dude, you found a log of Too Juicy, and you could probably find a log of Stony Joe.
But they just
But, like,
canned a whole new.
I knew what I was getting
batch of it.
myself into. I almost had the crazy idea of getting like Shipyard, but like I could only take like 10 pumpkin beers a year.
yeah, not 40.
You know. Not,
Yeah, and
no,
don't
not 50.
if you're gonna
Fine.
only try 4, don't let Shipyard be the one of the 4 that you try.
whoa. But you could have a Halloween party and clear it out pretty quick.
That's true.
That's what I did last year. Yeah, I got Brooklyn Lager, and I was like, man, it's not a bad beer, but it wasn't. After about 6, I was like ready for it to be done. So I had a Halloween party and got through that log and a log of Land Shark that I had because I thought that was a great
Who
buy.
does that?
And, it was a
Sometimes
win-win.
you got to slum it, brother.
Awesome, man. Well, thanks for calling in. Anything else you had a question on, or
Actually, one thing I was going to bring up, you guys mentioned CHAG on the, with the artwork guy from Nebco. Did they recently make that like darker? Did they roast
No,
it all?
they-
I poured
they
it out
did a
into glass,
doubles.
and it was more brown.
You got some, and it was brown, darker.
It was. I just poured into a glass, and I always remembered it being a pale ale, and it had a very, Boston Lager brown to it.
It was just in a
if
can,
you guys
out of the
did any
can, or
insight.
where did you get it from? Was it in a can or a keg?
In a can. I've had a vlog of it as well, so I've poured many drafts of it. And then, about 2 weeks ago, I, bought a couple 6s, and, I usually drink it right from the can, but this time I, got a little adventurous and poured it right into a pint glass. And
You like it
was
in the can.
a lot browner than I thought.
I find when you start going into the can, it gets kind of brown sometimes, but
That is an anal sex joke. I would talk to them about it. They're good guys over there. They'll be cool. They'll maybe spot you a 6-pack if there was a canning issue, because it's definitely a lighter beer. We all know that, and it's a great beer. So
yeah, it's my favorite IPA.
something might have happened along the way. Something else might have gotten there.
But did you die?
No, it tasted fine. I mean, it tasted a little different. I noticed the whole six-pack. I was like, this is a little different than, usual. And then I poured it in, and it was a little browner.
You know what could...
Maybe they over-roasted the batch or something, but I didn't know if the recipe
you don't
changed.
roast
If you guys
anything.
had any...
You don't roast anything in the brew process unless you're roasting your own coffee.
There's a phenomenon called sachas con garas, where light beer darkens in certain types of cans.
Well, and Paulo made that up. The only thing I can think of is that it was sitting around for a while and it oxidized a little bit. Oxidation will darken a beer for sure.
Oh, all right. Well, oxidation.
That's what he
sacha
said.
con garas.
And it will
It's the
change
same.
the flavor of the beer as well.
That's true.
It will. It will.
Yeah. And, that's like, so an operation like Two Roads, who's huge, actually tests cans of beer, like a certain small percentage. And if they could fit like something the width of a human hair in the seam, they dump the entire batch of beer,
I'll take it.
which is crazy.
Wow.
If they do what now?
So for quality control at Two Roads, if they can fit something that is the width of a human hair in the seam of the can, they dump the entire batch.
Of one can?
Not one can. It's like they test like a small percentage.
The entire batch that the can came from, they get
No,
rid of because the lids aren't
anything
up or
that got canned from that batch, they'll.
Jack, don't dump. Oh, we got a dog.
Is that a dog or my cat?
No, that's a dog. That's a dog over here.
It's a dog and a human.
Yeah.
All right, we just had a dog and a human walking.
It's a long story.
Yeah,
Anybody who listens to the podcast knows Jack, the podcast beagle.
that gets raped in his cage.
Yeah.
Paulo figured him once.
Was he from episode 1 or 2 or
senile.
something? I think I remember him.
Yeah, it was one or two.
Jeff steps on
Only-
every
only
week.
super fans know about the podcast people.
All right, we got to go.
All right, Brennan. Yeah. Thanks for calling in. We're gonna go and deal with this humanoid and canine.
Thanks, man. We appreciate it. We'll talk to you again.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
Thank you, brother.
Bye.
Please. You have spit in your beard.
I just dripped off. I watched it fall.
Oh, there it is.
It's either spit or cum. You take your choice.
Harvey
No
Weinstein-
one went to the bathroom when we get in here.
Say spit, say spit, say spit, say spit. Please say spit.
Say cum, say cum, say cum.
No one went to the bathroom with me, so it's gotta be spit. Our favorite segment.
Well, some of our favorite segment.
Hey.
Hey.
Did we figure out if he
Sipping tea.
actually beat that chick or no?
Well, funny you should ask, Paulo. We told you guys in the last episode that we will stay tuned and keep you updated. It's been postponed. Apparently, they met on October 5th. The lawyers did at court, but the hearing's postponed beyond that. So he has come out. XXX Tentacion has come out and denied the allegations, and he says he's did not do that. But the truth is yet to be known to all of us, fans and non-fans.
I did see something that she was supposedly taking dropping the charges, but I don't know.
I didn't see that. Where did you see that?
I mean, it was online, so who the fuck knows?
Yeah. There's not much to report in that other than still, innocent till proven guilty, I guess.
Free my homie X.
Is there any other updates you wanted to talk about?
Well, I don't want to only talk
did I,
about
Joe?
XXX Tentacion, but I want to talk about DMX Tentacion.
Oh.
I'm sure he won't appreciate that.
Because when you hear a start running.
Wait, I
Because
didn't.
when you hear
I
a
didn't know we were gonna do it.
I'm coming.
I also didn't know that's where we were going. Okay.
Yeah, I did that to you.
We're doing DMX 10 tasks.
So DMX just apparently is like either just got out of rehab.
I thought there was more to that first part. So.
No, it was it. We have zero
not-
updates
not-
for XXX
No,
Tentacion,
not- all right.
other than his sentence. The hearing has been postponed, thanks to lawyers and stuff.
I had something else up there, but
Yeah,
Is it
no.
a
Well,
gerbil?
he put out a nice little thing about depression, right?
Oh, we don't want positivity. That's
no,
right.
dude,
Talk about DMX.
I got the
getting
link
fat.
that you shared up, but I can't find it. It's a video?
No, just talk about DMX.
Oh, it's a
getting fat.
video. I was trying to find words. If I play it, no one's going to hear it.
No, that's
Is he talking about DMX gaining weight?
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was going to talk about.
Talk about because we're off the rails already.
Why stop now?
DMX was sentenced to house arrest as reportedly failing 4 drug tests while out on bail for his federal tax evasion case. He entered rehab, and then 30 days later, he was met outside to some paps,
What?
and paparazzis or somebody, you know.
Sorry.
Wait,
sorry,
I didn't know there was slang.
Yeah, paps. So the paps.
Pabst to me is a fucking cheap beer that is delicious and has cool hats.
That's Pabst. He's like 40 pounds heavier, and he's a small dude.
Yeah.
He's a real small dude. He was always real skinny. 40 pounds is a lot to carry on.
So we can get him on the heavy drinking podcast.
We all know. Hey, I'd just like to say,
I would love to have DMX.
I would
on the
like to say to
podcast.
DMX, welcome
Yes, oh, he's very welcome.
You're welcome.
And can I just make
into the fold.
2 points that I would love to argue with him in person? One, you should not be restricted from using drugs if you are if you just went through a trial that dealt with tax evasion. I think you should be able to do drugs if you just went
Right.
through.
Well, do you know why he gained 40 pounds?
Yeah, because he ate Captain Crunch.
He
right?
attributed it to Captain Crunch.
Yes, which
I would hate to
is
see
my
the roof of his mouth.
Second point is probably fucked up, which is my second point is, ladies and gentlemen, the only way you gain 40 pounds from Captain Crunch, you will be failing many more drug tests. That is the only way you gain 40 pounds from Captain Crunch.
I mean, sugar is a thing if you consume a lot of sugar.
I think we should
You'd
stop
have to
victimizing
consume-
sugary breakfast cereal.
How many months is this? Let's do the math.
30 days? Oh, no, it's been another 30 days. I'm sorry.
That's like 4 boxes a day for 30 days.
Box of Captain Crunch, a standard box of Captain Crunch, I do believe is 14 ounces.
It
Right?
actually doesn't say, what I'm looking at doesn't say how long he's been in rehab, but
I'm just saying a box of Captain Crunch weighs in at under a pound.
How do you know
Right.
this?
And if DMX deuced at all, that would require, 3 to 4 times. So, I'm guessing because I'm not a dietitian, so I don't know how much Captain Crunch gets retained. But I assume for every 4 pounds of Captain Crunch you consume, maybe a quarter pound gets strapped down to you.
if I have any words of just encouragement and wisdom for DMX,
Don't forget the milk. The milk is fatty.
Stop smoking weed before you eat cereal.
If I had any words of encouragement and wisdom for DMX, it would be, y'all been eating long enough now. Stop being greedy. Let's keep it real, partner. Give to the needy. Ribs is touching, so don't make me wait. Fuck around and I'ma bite you. Snatch the plate.
That made that entire piece
did.
worthwhile.
You are an idiot.
This entire time I'm thinking this is gonna get cut. This is
Jay and I were discussing the other day. I was like listening back to old episodes, and I was like, "Oh, I really got to stop calling him an idiot." But we sort of decided that it's like our catchphrase now. So.
Anytime I say anything, just like you're an idiot. So yeah, just cut out the captain, and
And the milk. Don't forget the milk. Listen, the milk is probably 60%.
Yeah.
well, it's fat. But they say a high fat diet is actually possibly good for you. I don't know. There's always a new thing.
I'm just saying I would smoke after you have your morning
Eat
cereal
your Captain Crunch.
first.
Just wait
It's
5
just
minutes.
like you don't go shopping while you're hungry. It's the same. It's the same premise. Same basic idea.
See, here's the thing. I've always thought that was funny because I love shopping when I'm hungry because then the next time I'm hungry, whatever I want is in the fridge.
Oh no, so do I. I
It just
think
makes more sense to me. Like,
you
why
just
would
spend more money at the grocery store.
but I'm still going to eat all the food.
Like literally 2 times
Surprise.
as much as you planned.
But I'm
surprise,
still going
surprise,
to eat it. It's not like it's going to go to waste.
True.
surprise, surprise. The fat guys
Unless it's
love
produce.
to go grocery shopping hungry.
Well, let's be honest. I'm always hungry.
See, the fucked up part for me is I buy produce when I'm drunk, and
we didn't say drunk.
Hungry?
I'd like to retract my statement.
How often do you go shopping drunk?
I take an Uber to the grocery store, and I shop and
is that
buy a bunch of
is it a
vegetables,
surcharge when you have to take an Uber back with all the groceries?
and then they just rot in my fridge.
I like back in the day when I used to eat meat, I got really drunk and went to the grocery store once, and I ended up buying ostrich. And it, I don't know if you ever cooked and ate.
Say that again.
I bought ostrich.
You were in awe of the ostrich?
No, I bought some ostrich meat. Well, I don't know what you're laughing at.
I don't either. That's why it's
It's
funny.
just something strange about
It
ostrich.
sounded it sounded like you were saying ostrich.
Ostrich.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
ostrich.
I'm Canadian. Fuck off. Anyway, so I don't know if you've ever cooked and eaten regulation NFL football,
That's what it
but
is.
that's what ostrich tastes like.
Wait, why would you buy
I was
ostrich
gonna say,
meat?
Because I was drunk.
Where did you shop?
Stop and Shop. Shout out to Stop
Come
and Shop.
on.
I've only really
I've
done
never
it.
seen ostrich meat.
Dude, I haven't
in my
eaten
life.
meat in 8 years.
I've seen
And this
ostrich
was probably
eggs,
5
which
years before that. So there's a good chance that it was
Wait,
like
you haven't
over
eaten
10
in how
years.
long? Oh, okay.
I went grocery shopping under influence years ago with my wife, and I remember we bought like all this fucking meat and like produce and shit because we were, you're drunk and you're hungry. And then halfway home, we stopped at Wendy's.
That's the thing. You always go to the store, and then like it's like an endeavor, and it's annoying.
Yeah, 'cause
and then
I'm
you
like-
get home, and you're like, I don't want to cook. I just
Well, you're at the store and you still got a buzz going. You're like, I'm gonna have a fucking blue cheese bacon cheeseburger. It's gonna be fucking delicious. We're gonna make fries with it. I'm gonna boil some lobsters. I'm gonna make some banana bread later. How do you feel about souffle? So you load the cart up and then you get into the parking lot. You're like, I'm fucking starving. You want to hit up Wendy's?
You started
because
the
all
big
that stuff
Alaska.
is going to be 4 hours from now.
Exactly.
And then you get home and you do none of it.
You start on the baked Alaska. I'll start on the lobster. Never happens. Yes. Here we go.
Jeff
This is
has,
what I wait for every week.
Jeff has an erection already.
Speaking
do.
of reproduction,
Went from 6 to midnight.
Yes.
That's a dick joke.
Yas.
It is a big joke. We're going to start this one off with a little bit of advice.
do we
Anybody
have?
who's ever masturbated in their pool at home knows you don't want people watching.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Well, apparently, Six Flags Hurricane Harbor employee accused a man of masturbating in a pool.
Wait. Six Flags has a pool?
Yeah, well, Six Flags Hurricane Harbor has a pool.
where is that one?
I have no idea where it is.
It's probably down south. It's got to be Florida. If someone's masturbating in a pool, it's Florida.
There's like a manatee coming by to eat it up.
I mean, that sounds like Florida or Texas, maybe.
The headline: Six Flags Hurricane Harbor accused a park goer of not being the master of his domain in its swimming pool.
That's a Seinfeld joke.
Yeah.
It is. It's a funny one.
Oh, it's New Jersey.
Yeah.
There you go.
I was gonna say,
If you noticed, I was being rather silent
You're
when you
being
guys
coy.
were trying to guess. I mean, because I always feel like I rag on New Jersey. And I love New Jersey. It's a great place.
I mean, I was giving Florida the benefit of the doubt, but
But people jerk off into pools at Six Flags, and you should know about that.
Every time we talk about New Jersey, I always remember the guy on who was the governor of New Jersey who was blind? David something?
as pumpkins.
Was that New Jersey?
Yeah, David S. Pumpkins.
I don't think that was New Jersey.
Yeah,
That
it was.
New York.
David
No, it was.
Patterson. David
Yeah,
Patterson.
Patterson. Yeah.
And there was what's his face? The dude from Portlandia used to do him on Weekend Update.
yeah, dude, that was so good. He used
But,
to
like-
walk into the camera.
Yeah. But every single Fred Armisen. But every single time that we talk about New Jersey, in the back of my head, all I hear is Fred Armisen going, "New Jersey." So anyway, this guy jerked off in a pool.
It's an accused.
accused because he said he didn't do it.
Alleged.
I will say, if he did do it, he was a brave man because he had his kids with him.
Well, the story is that
that's-
he is suing the theme park for discrimination and emotional distress. This happened
'Cause he couldn't get it up?
claiming that he masturbated in front of kids in the pool. He was ordered out of the pool by a security guard, telling him the staff saw him pleasure himself in the pool next to the little kids. He denied it and said he was playing with a rubber band he found in the pool while watching his 5-year-old dog.
How small is your dick if it's like a rubber band?
It's shaped like a condom. Does that count as?
Oh, I'm gonna throw up.
Does that count as?
I'm gonna throw up. Can I read this line?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, go ahead.
His last name is Guinea. Guinea, like guinea pig. Gnu, I'll give him credit. Gnu said the ordeal was humiliating, made all the worse because he says he was singled out since he's a 370-pound man,
Yes.
adorned with tattoos
Get him on the show.
and keloids all over his body.
Yes.
I'm gonna throw up.
Does he have a beard?
I don't know, but he's got keloids. You know what that is? A keloid scar?
I have no idea what
A
a
keloid is like it's a gross bump.
It's like a gross fatty tissue bump
Yeah.
or something.
People get if you pierce things poorly, you get keloids.
Oh, so it's not a desired thing. It happens.
It's gross.
I'm picturing a 370-pound man covered in keloids.
I'm just saying, like,
That just made me think
masturbating
No,
in a
no,
pool
no,
next
no.
to children.
That
I'm
just
just
made
trying
me
to
think of
figure
the
out-
Breakfast Club when he's like, I've seen her dehydrates her. It's pretty gross.
I'm pretty sure he's
no.
guilty.
I'm just saying because I've never heard the word keloid, so I'm trying to figure out if it's like something that happens, or if it's like
It's like a raised scar, but it's like a bump.
I know. I'm just saying like if it's something that happens,
It's like
or
a
if it's-
ball.
or
Yeah, yes.
I'm just asking if it's something that happens, or if it's something you hear at like 2 a.m. at a tattoo parlor. You overhear a conversation where it's like, dude, I just kind of got like a tattoo over here. I kind of want to add like a keloid, like right next to my
No,
earlobe.
nobody wants a keloid.
No.
I've seen people with ear plugs in their ears.
I said,
Behind
dude,
their
man,
ears, they have
keloids on his back.
scars, just like these fucking balls of tissue skin. Gross.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
I pierced a guy's nipple in my bathroom once, and he got a keloid.
Oh.
I did 3 times today.
What?
Yeah, the nipple keloid.
Yeah.
Ugh.
That was pretty gross.
I mean, he still probably has it. Unless it was surgically removed.
I
Can
think
that
he
happen?
probably got it surgically removed.
I don't know where else to go with this story, but
I don't know where to go with it either.
thoroughly grossed out.
I think the lesson of the day is if you're gonna go to Six Flags, I guess
Six Fags?
Six Flags,
Leave your rubber bands at home,
or jerk off before you get in the park.
or one or the other. You know.
As if I don't jerk off before I go to the park.
Exactly. See, you're on the ball.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean I don't do it while I'm there, too. You know, I'll make more. I have backups. I don't fire all my soldiers at once.
All right. Hey man, it's your prerogative.
It happens, I guess.
It does. It happens to all of us.
Fire all your guns at once.
Oh, what? Again?
It's our favorite. It's our favorite segment of the show.
My dick's already hard, guys. I don't know where else to go from here.
He might go. I think Jeff went from 6 to 12 to 11:45.
This one goes to 11. I'm weather sealing the bottom of the bar over on this side.
He's tummy touching right now. I think.
Don't turn the heat up past like 98.6 degrees, though. It's going to stink real bad.
Speaking of skin flutes,
Yeah, apparently a California teacher had some issues with his musical instruments.
I don't think he had much of an issue at all. What?
Federal officials are investigating flutes possibly contaminated by bodily fluids that were given to students from school. This is terrible. That were given to students from school districts across Southern California as part of an investigation of an individual accused of inappropriate sexual conduct.
Wait, what? What? This guy,
Wait,
this
so-
one person has control over coming on an entire district's flute?
Several school districts alerted parents on Friday to turn in the flutes to authorities. Just bring your flutes back.
Everybody, bring your flutes in. Don't ask why.
The flutes are colorfully decorated and painted by students all over Southern California through a program called
And their
Flutes-
teachers' dicks.
Flutes across the world. Paulo's bunched over. Flutes across the world.
No, can I talk for a second? I can just imagine that guidance counselor calling a parent and as she's telling her to bring the flute back, you hear like a really bad rendition of Yankee Doodle.
the background.
Dude, what if that was your kid sucking on a flute? I don't know why you'd suck on a flute. You should blow into it.
Yo, that honestly, that would be a fucking perfect sketch on Saturday Night Live. That
Please stop.
that would be
Your kid's terrible. Just fucking tell him to stop. Please stop.
that would be a perfect sketch on Saturday Night Live.
Federal investigators want to test all the flutes which they believe may be contaminated by semen from the program's music teacher. You have to read in between the lines of the staff, apparently, and most likely it's not sweat, said Nate, a concerned parent.
Nate Bergeron? Shout out to Nate Bergeron.
That is, if your sweat has that viscosity, go to the doctor.
You know what this article fails to provide is evidence that, like, how did they assume it was semen?
They tasted it. It's on a fucking flute. You put it in your mouth.
Yeah, but the kids were doing it. They didn't have a reference point.
Hey, man.
Everybody always goes to the worst.
Like I said, you had a fucking different childhood than I did.
I don't know. There's some missing information here, but regardless, that's fucked up.
you never thought about that when you went to like a really
played the
shitty
flute
fast food?
when I was a kid. Now I'm thinking about it.
No, I'm saying like if you're going to a really shitty fast food place and you're like when while you're eating the food, you always think like, oh, did they spit in this?
It's only flutes. It was
But if you ever,
recorders,
but I'm
by the
saying
way.
if you have a really fucked up brain, you always think, oh, somebody just in this, somebody, you know what I mean? Like, because you always hear those stories. But
I
then,
try not to think about that every time I eat out.
well, what I do personally is I kind of reel myself back, and I'm like,
What?
how much could the fry chef have jerked off into the fries?
Yeah, he's only got one dick.
Yeah, the well's
Listen,
gonna run dry
I'm
eventually.
convinced I've consumed semen.
I just pray that I'm like,
Whoa.
I want to go back to what
I heard
he
that.
said.
Yeah, let's go back to that.
Yeah. Have you eaten out at
Yes, go ahead.
dozens, hundreds of restaurants all over the place? You've probably ingested some semen.
Is
Unbeknownst to you. Restaurant,
euphemism?
fast food, whatever.
think it
I've
is.
never willingly consumed semen.
Not even your own?
No.
You didn't like just look at it and be like, I wonder what it tastes like?
No, I haven't.
Wait.
Actually.
Hold on.
But I have a friend who has,
just so we had that clip.
That wasn't Paulo clapping. That was him slapping me across the face.
That's me setting up the cue to rack up the.
do you think you've never,
I've never consumed
ingested
semen statement.
any kind of thing that you didn't want to ingest?
Yeah, I generally don't think that I've ingested anything like bodily fluid wise, spit or semen in a restaurant because I'm
I
not a
didn't-
fucking asshole to anybody. So.
I didn't
I'm
want.
not either,
I didn't
but
want to ingest any of
people
Lena
are
Dunham's.
assholes.
Yeah, but not me.
Career,
They
but I
spit
did.
in people who are
Unwillingly.
assholes. What?
So I didn't want to ingest any of Lena Dunham's career, but I did unwillingly.
That's worse. That's way worse than
Shout out to my wife.
Can I have a beer?
Sure.
Anyway,
Like,
if that's the
one of
case,
those two, man.
I think we should totally. I think we should totally make a sketch. We should totally make that sketch, and then like use it as a promo for the podcast for like the episode. You know what I mean? Like we'll just like make a video of it and use it as a commercial for the podcast. It'd be hilarious. I think I have a recorder. I do because remember we were trying to do the.
well, I know my actual daughter has one, and now I want to
We were-
throw it and burn it in the fire.
But we were trying to do the intro to that Irish pub
Have it
song.
swabbed.
oh,
So I bought that
right,
recorder.
yeah.
I have a recorder. We could totally do it. We could totally do it.
Lightly row, lightly row. I don't know the rest of the words to the song, but the melody goes like this. I think so. I'm pretty sure that's how Lightly Row goes. That's like one of the first songs you learn how to play in the recorder.
Yeah.
Holy fucking
Oh,
shit.
it's our favorite. It's our favorite segment of the show.
This is the segment where we talk about pornography or adult type things.
It's all the way into my mouth now.
Which is basically the Heavy Drinking Podcast.
The heavy wanking podcast.
At this point,
We are nothing if we're not drinking and dick jokes.
We really have another one? What are we talking about now?
I don't know.
Apparently,
Paul told me to play it.
Ohio, the Midlands are a fucked up place for
OH.
Warren, Ohio, specifically.
Spoiler alert.
I swear to God, I shipped out a device or something to Warren, Ohio today at my work.
What was the address?
I don't know, but I definitely saw Warren, Ohio recently in the past couple days.
Can I just say that I love that He-Man
It's
is on the
Geico.
TV
It's a
right now?
Geico commercial.
Is it?
Yeah.
Almost exactly 1 year after being charged with animal cruelty or animal pleasure, an Ohio teen is now charged with bestiality. In 2016, the 16-year-old Warren boy was investigated for having sex with a wiener dog.
What?
Now he has admitted to doing it again.
After lighting some candles
Again?
for a 1 year
Now,
anniversary.
at the ripe age of 17 years old, he is being held in the Trumbull County Juvenile Detention Center on probation violation. A family member reported the incident to Children's Services after finding the teen naked in bed with a dog.
Can I just say that wiener dog isn't a verb?
Can I just say this is Trumbull, Ohio? Can I just say this is Trumbull, Ohio?
Trumbull, Ohio, not Trumbull, Connecticut.
Yeah.
Too close to home.
You get
Too
to live
close
one more day, Trumbull, Connecticut.
He was naked in bed with his dog. I mean,
Bold move, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for
Well, I mean, that's romantic if they're both naked.
I mean, I've been in bed naked with my dog, but he's never called the police on me.
I mean, if you're a homeowner or even
I'm
if
glad you said "ner" at the end of that.
even if you just rent, you're probably naked in your bed at most times. And if you have a dog, your dog jumps in your bed. Are you then guilty?
No. It always makes me wonder, like, who called the cops?
Yeah,
No,
but
but
like,
like-
where do you draw the line? Like when he starts licking
Well,
your
he
balls
was
and you don't say
he
no.
was 17, so he lived at home with his family.
So were his parents?
His parents were
That
fucking
is
the
kinda
cat
dis-
in the other room.
How does that happen?
That is kind of disturbing though. Like when you're like just laying in bed, like nude, and your pet comes in the room, it's really weird.
My pet's never
Tell us more,
come
David.
in my room.
Please explain that logic, David.
No, I've definitely been like having sex and like a cat jumps on the bed. And you're
Right?
like,
It's weird. Like
you're like, dude, curiosity is going to kill this
They want to
cat.
smell everything too. They always want to smell everything.
you're like I don't want to deal with
The
that.
things.
I think what that's the thing.
My dog doesn't want me having sex with my wife because I feel like he loves her more than me.
Can I show you guys a
He
video?
like barks and gets angry.
What does he say?
Oh, he's a dog.
Does he close the door or does he just kind of just
No,
come
he
in?
eventually gives up and
Does he
like,
just
jumps
come in
off
and
the
like
bed.
speak his mind?
No. he used to like stick his nose in my ass in the beginning. But he
They
doesn't
like
do
to
that
smell
anymore.
it.
I mean, that's why you lock him out because
Yeah.
that happened. You learn.
It does.
Everyone falls subject to that. You know, nose up the ass.
Yeah, people listening to this can totally judge me, but you've all done it.
Yeah.
Doesn't really matter.
Well, you didn't.
If anyone's listening
did
at
it.
this point, they're a fucking trooper.
See, I've always said that this is when it gets good. Like around this point is when it gets good. Because
Well, yeah,
we're like
because-
toasty and
Yeah.
And the cat is just there, like just staring at you with its wide eyes, just being like, "Hey, what's happening?" I don't see this often. Maybe not before this moment, and
I think they get pumped up
I
because
need to
animals
in-
like to do that on a daily basis.
I need
so
to
when,
investigate this. I know this feeling.
yeah, well, like
It feels good.
a cat that's in your house doesn't get to do that.
this feeling anymore.
I want to feel it more.
Well, think about it. Cats fuck like crazy. So when you have a cat that's in your house,
Have you ever seen a cat get on another cat?
no,
They just
I'm sure
hold
it's,
them down. I got video
sure
of
it's
a lion
frightening.
on a tigress
I'm sure it's frightening.
in my pocket.
I'm sure it's violent.
And I was supposed to share with you guys weeks ago, actually. My girlfriend sent me it to show you guys for the podcast. And it's just, and I had made a statement previously to her about just how we talked about how animals just do it. And they just jump on their back, bite the back of their neck, and just like the female just lays there. And the male's like, this is
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah.
I'm Harvey Weinstein in you, and you're going to like it.
Yeah, but when your cat's in your house and doesn't have another, like, you know, it doesn't have a mate, it doesn't. It wakes up with this urge every morning that it has this feeling like it needs to do something, right?
Well, so do I.
And it doesn't know what it needs to do it
I don't
to.
have a mate, and I fucking wake up with that. same
Exactly.
feeling.
Yeah, but you know
But imagine this.
to
Imagine
jerk
one
off.
day you come home and there's two people
I don't have
fucking in your
time for
bed.
that.
Imagine you don't fuck for
We
years.
shove that feeling down and we go to work.
But no. Wait, hold on. This is how your cat feels. Because
On my
imagine for years you don't fuck, right? And then one day you
I'm
come
starting
home,
to feel like it.
and then one day you come home and there's two people fucking on your bed.
Monster49@gmail.com.
Like you automatically go into go mode. Your cat's like, is this happening? Is this going down? Am I biting her neck?
Because I want
Are
it.
you biting her neck? I'm biting her neck. What's going on?
You, me, you, me, me, you.
Somebody's got to smash your face into that pillow. Am I doing that? You do that. I'll sniff your ass. Go ahead.
You just get that gritty cat tongue wherever.
Oh, those are weird, aren't they?
It's,
Have you ever seen like the super close up like macro shots of them?
that's disgusting.
They're weird. They're hooks. It's really weird.
But yeah, they go right into go mode. Tag team back again. Check it the reggae. Let's begin.
Party on, party people. Let me hear some noise.
That's what happens.
Some
Nature, folks.
Beastie Boys.
Animal Kingdom's fucked up.
Yeah.
And we're just a higher spectrum of that.
This isn't new.
whatever.
This is 7th grade biology. People just should have.
We're socially more aware, and we don't jack off into plants in front of actresses. We masturbate in private to those actresses.
We don't do that.
This is
Somebody does.
Society. We're speaking generally.
Which leads us to our favorite segment. Yes! I've been waiting all night for this segment.
Education.
now at this point it's just dripping on
What
the
could
end.
possibly be happening in the world? Jeff's dancing. The world is a sexual place, people, and penises are a thing. People enjoy them in life
Some of
and
us
in
in this
death.
room have them.
And sometimes when you work at a morgue, you just take over 3,000 of them home with you.
Yeah.
Now tell me more.
FBI seizes over 3,000 penises during a raid at morgue employees' home.
How many's enough?
This guy's face is amazing.
Yeah, we'll post a link to the news story
He's a
on that
dick.
one because you got to
All I
see this.
kept-
Dude.
He is a
thinking-
dickhead.
All I kept thinking of was the Louis C.K. stand-up bit where he was trying to find what a bag of dicks would look
It's like
like.
a bag of dicks.
And
This
this
is an
gentleman
apartment
would
full of
This guy
clearly,
could tell it.
would clearly know.
FBI agents made an astonishing discovery this morning while executing a search warrant at the residence of a Houston mortician, unrelated,
Houston.
3,178 to the fucking T.
One more-
embalmed
One more will do it.
embalmed human penises. What the?
Like, were they-
54-year-old Dave Murray, an employee of the Harris County morgue, of being implicated with an organ trafficking network. You could traffic
It sounds to me.
formaldehyde-laden penis?
It sounds to me like he was trafficking them from the morgue to his fucking house. I don't think he was sending them on.
He's
anywhere.
got
Sounds like he just-
3,100 penises in his fucking freezer or whatever.
There were shelves everywhere filled with hundreds of glass jars. Each of them contained a penis floating in formalin.
Okay.
So this is like kind of like The Walking Dead where he had like the heads in the jars, but it's penises.
Honestly,
Can I point out
He
that
rapidly confessed everything as soon as he was arrested. He explained in great detail how he had been cutting off dead men's genital organs and collecting them for more than 10 years.
okay, I have two things to say about this.
All right,
One,
so 10 years for 3,000.
one that sounds like the coolest fucking room I've ever
300
heard
a year.
of. Two is that okay, so this went on
That's a
for
lot
10
of
years.
dead guys.
This went on for 10 years and it was like undiscovered, right?
Well, yeah. Have you ever been to an open casket? They're not naked.
Well, this is my point.
it's like one a day.
What fucked up
Literally.
like what
dick a
fucked
day.
up family member finally
Hashtag a dick a day.
went to take the dead guy's dick out and found out it wasn't there?
What?
Nobody.
Yes,
think-
that's how they
no.
got caught.
No,
I
I
have
think,
not read
it was.
far enough
I think
into
it was
this thing.
more like the morgue owner or somebody else noticed that they were missing.
An anonymous FBI source told the news station that the number of charges could reach over 3,000.
Imagine what his house smelled like in the middle of August.
Hashtag a dick a day.
A dick a day keeps the FBI away.
Hey, clearly doesn't.
no, it doesn't.
A dozen federal agents
It doesn't.
of the FBI's evidence response team were still identifying, collecting, and packaging jars more than 6 hours after their arrival on site.
Listen, I have one.
Imagine
dick.
being the guy that's got to count 3,100 dicks.
I
Imagine
have,
being the guy whose
I have-
dick is in a jar and you're dead.
I have one dick. If I go hiking for 9.5 hours, I need to take a fucking shower. 3,100 dicks. That house must have fucking smelled disgusting.
Yeah, but they were in sealed jars and from
Were they all
So many-
post
So's mine
hike?
when I take it.
So many questions.
Not a sealed jar.
Yeah, I seal it in.
Where do you get 3,100 jars?
It was a job lot.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude.
Also-
you could go. Yeah, you just
Mason
get those
jar.
ball
Also-
mason
job
jars.
lot.
Yeah.
Also, fun fact.
You're assuming they're all white men.
Also, fun fact.
Some were growlers.
Fun fact, and I haven't done the research to check this. I'm just going out on a limb and assuming. Texas, officially the state with the most dickless men.
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
They're all from Texas, right?
Say what?
Clearly, he didn't go over lines to go steal dicks.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So they're
oh.
dead or alive. There's
Yeah.
more dickless men in Texas
than anywhere
than
else.
anywhere else in the U.S.
All right, you've.
That's true. That is true. That is an undeniable fact.
What the thing that is
Well, we
left
don't
to
shout
remain
out to Texas.
unknown and
That we
unseen
know of.
is why.
Well, do you remember like maybe
You said member?
remember like 2 or 3 years ago there was a guy that they found in Connecticut who had like 3,000 jars of piss in his fucking house. Like
But was that just because he was
One
pissing
jar
in
of
jars?
piss.
Not.
yeah, no, it wasn't stolen piss. It was like his own piss.
Why wouldn't
But-
you just pee somewhere else?
But what I'm saying
Imagine trying to
outside.
people are
harvest
crazy, and I think that we need to start looking into websites that sell job lots of jars. Because if you're buying 3,000 jars, you're not doing anything good with those jars.
You're canning.
Penises.
You're living off.
Wait, that just made me think of. Remember in what was that movie? What movie is that from?
Just so you know, I'm pulling that
know what-
penises.
reference you're talking about.
It was the one with the guys from Walking Dead and or not from Shaun of the Dead and fuck, what was about an alien? Kristen Wiig was in it.
Me, we, you,
Paul.
Paul.
Remember Paul?
That's what it was.
And
Yeah.
Kristen Wiig couldn't swear
wish-
because she was like super Christian, and then like Paul like showed her the meaning of everything, like the entire universe and everything. She's like, "Wait, so God's not real? I can swear now?" And he's like, "Yeah, I guess." And she goes, "Penises." That's the first swear word she ever said.
I never saw the movie. I want to now.
Anytime I think of jars of pee, I think of Anton.
We got to share this guy's mugshot though. It's ridiculous.
Anytime I think of jars
He's got
of
a
pee,
weird like man ponytail bun thing on the top of his head.
You remember Anton from A Living Color?
Yeah, the pickle in the jar.
Oh,
Anytime I think of pee in jars,
I did that at work today right before I left.
I know you lived in
You
Connecticut.
shit in a jar.
It was my favorite thing to do. I got to use the bathroom. I
Was
love
that
that.
Damon Wayans?
It was Damon Wayans, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know who just cut the turkey, but I just cut the cheese.
You do that so well. I think that's the best part of it is you do it so well.
He did it in Mo Money too. That movie with him and one of the other guys.
Are we done yet?
Frankfurt.
We can be. We
Frankfurt.
can
You want a piece of chicken? I've been doing that since I was a teenager.
God. That's funny.
Fuck.
Yeah. So,
Anna Livy's closed.
Yes,
New
they
Haven.
dude, yeah, let's not bring the podcast down.
Blast.
Let's go out on a low note. That seems to work for Hollywood, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sad about this. I know a lot of people in New Haven that know the situation think that it was well deserved and a long time coming. But all I can say is I've had a lot of fucking really good times at Anna Liffey's. Most of them happened at
Fuck
about
yeah.
8 o'clock in the morning because they were the only bar that's open
Dude,
for
I'll never
soccer.
remember the first time
You'll never
text-
remember
you-
or you'll never forget. Both.
Depe-
A little
yeah,
bit of both.
yeah, it's a little bit of both. No, but the first time that you fucking texted me, it was like, I think it was like 8 p.m. on a fucking Saturday,
Friday.
and you're like, "What are you doing tomorrow?" I'm like, I don't know, got nothing planned. It's like, want to go to the bar and watch some soccer? Yeah, sure. All right.
I'll pick you up at 6:30.
Yeah. Like, we got to be there at 7 a.m. What?
Yeah. I mean, there's other bars in New Haven that stay open for soccer and stuff, but like Anna Liffey's was just like an institution.
I'm glad
I love
Anna
that
Liffey's
fucking
closed.
basement. You're an idiot.
What?
I'll tell you why.
Dude, that place was
because
so
I've gone to
fucking
Anna
awesome.
Liffey's once, and a girl invited me to go there. And
So it's a personal fucking thing.
Yeah, let
My
me
feelings
finish.
were hurt.
Yeah.
I was invited to go there. She was like, "Oh, you should come." Blah blah blah. Boo. And I was like, "All right, whatever." I drove to New Haven. I went there, and it was a football game was on. The Steelers were playing because this girl was a Steelers fan. And time went by. There was a group of people I didn't know sitting at the table, but I'm a people person. I hang out, get to know people. Literally 20 minutes later, everybody leaves, and I'm sitting at this table by myself. And I was
Even the girl that asked you to be there?
Yeah.
Where'd they go?
They went home, I think. They were like, all right.
They didn't say anything?
No, they were like, it's like, see ya. This person, see ya. And she was like, all right, I'm going to go. Bye. And I was like, what the fuck did you ask me to come here for? And then I sat there and had like 2 more beers by myself and watched football that I don't give a shit about.
Hey man, that's
Okay, so that's not.
Fuck Anna Liffey's,
No,
man.
but that's nothing to do with Anna Liffey's. That just has to do with your poor choice of people that you're hanging out with.
I
will say I've always been awful with like names of bars or historic places I've been, because with me bars are just places you go to drink. So I don't really take note of.
Yes.
I don't really take note of the history of the establishment, but I will say when I read the story, I saw I didn't know where Anna Liffey's is, and then I saw a photo of the entrance. I'm like, oh, I know that place.
Yeah.
And my only memories I have are walking up the sidewalk into the front door, and then I have memories of stumbling back to my car.
I walked in and I was
That's why it's so amazing.
I walked in and I was
it
like,
must have been a good place.
I was like,
I
fuck
know
yeah,
the
this place is great. And then like 30 minutes later, I was like, this sucks.
Yeah, but that was only because
You're an
you were
idiot.
there with shitty people.
I've had so many good times in Anna Liffey's, and
I've never not had a good time at Anna Liffey's.
I'm sad to see it go, but we gotta.
I jest.
I'm sure something else
I know
will
I know
take
it
its
was a
place.
spot.
I heard there's a place called Christie's that people like to go to.
Christie's is awesome.
I mean, I was always Anna Liffey's guy, so I never really checked it out. But I guess I'll give it a shot. I'll give it a shot. I'll give home ec another shot.
Listen, just go to 3 Sheets.
Yeah, they're not open at 7 a.m. on a Saturday.
That was the old
that's
Rudy's,
true.
right?
And they don't have any TVs. So,
I was talking about good bars.
yeah, I'm going to miss it, but, we'll find something else to replace it. There is one thing that I do want to say because of the day that we're recording this.
Technical.
Wednesday, my dudes.
Just, just figured we should put that out there.
I have no idea what that is. Do you guys want to end the show on that?
I don't even know what that was to end it on.
Shout out to people who go on Instagram.
We have one more story, which is an adult. If you want to press that sound button real quick, and then press it, to turn it off. Go ahead. Just press it, turn it on.
Fine, whatever.
Produce the button.
That's all you needed. Just that.
That's all you ever needed, actually.
It's because this story is so silly. Porn industry workers think that their jobs are going to be taken or lost or replaced by sex robots, and that's never going to happen because it's a robot.
Hey, man, you don't know what it
And that's
feels
pretty
like.
much the end of that.
If you can make it feel the same, then why fucking not?
Exactly. So I will say,
No, but their argument is that people aren't going to need porn because they can just have a robot at their house that'll take care of it for them.
yeah.
I'm in. Sign me up. I mean, that robot's going to have to, eat ass and shit.
Yeah. You know what?
Well, not shit.
I mean, listen, I don't think that it's going to.
Not in our lifetime.
No.
Yeah, not for anything, but unless that
Millennials are too busy buying avocado toast to afford a robot sex partner, or the R&D involved in getting it to where it needs to be.
unless that robot today I wake up and that robot has her mother with her. And then tomorrow that robot
I hear a lot of words coming out in a row, but I don't think
Let me
they're
finish,
supposed to be next
You
to
wanna
each
fuck
other.
your
Let me
sex
finish.
robot's mother?
Stop. Let me finish. So unless that happens, and then tomorrow that sex robot's a midget, and then the day after that the sex robot's a very heavy set black woman, I don't think the porn industry is going to take any kind of
where you're going. I get where you're going.
Yeah, but I think...
Variety.
right.
Things you don't have at home. I
I mean,
get
dude,
it.
fucking Tupac was at fucking Coachella. Shit, you could do whatever you want, man.
Dear mama.
And with that, I just want to say, if you've been drinking during this podcast, shame on you.
Hopefully you have, because that's the only way you're going to follow anything to this point.
We have to go all call our Ubers.
Get a life, you're a tail person. Everybody's going to get an Uber here.
Get some tattoos of your dog's neutered tattoo marks.
Yes. If your dog gets neutered and a tattoo to neuter mark, do not tattoo
Just
that
do
mark
it,
on yourself.
for solidarity's sake.
Or if you have to get one of your nuts cut out, you could get replaced with nudicles.
You can do that too. These are all fun facts.
If you're
To end this
Eminem,
show.
just stop.
203-463-4043 if you ever want to call in.
Yeah, call him. Be like Brendan. Call
Have a
in,
drinking
talk
podcast
to
at
us,
gmail.com.
And Heavy Drinking Podcast at all
and
the
be like
socials.
everybody else and just cut me off.
At all the socials.
What were you saying, Dave?
Right.
And that's the podcast, so we'll see you.
We've been heavy and we've been drinking.
Dave, you have anything to say about it? Before we...
Pull the plug, Paula.
We'll see you guys later.
Peace.